but we all are transitioning. And we got a time now in history to figure out how we're going to transition and what's going to be our mark in 2022. We got 8 months. Can you say 8 months?
8 months.
8 months.
8 months.
To galvanize 65,000 people in Washington, D.C. 65,000. What I do know, that in the last mayoral election in 2018, 6% of the population in Ward 8 came out to vote. 6%. Because most didn't feel like they had a candidate they could believe in. We cannot afford to stay home.
Amen.
I'm going to say it again. We cannot afford to stay home.
Amen.
I never even announced I was running for mayor. It already started happening to me to start going everywhere. But I do know a lot of people said, Trey, I'm voting for you. Hundreds. My phone was going dead. I had to keep charging my phone. I try to respond to as many people as possible. But the reality is, a vote is not enough. Because what I do know, I've won several, this is probably my 5th election. We got work to do before the election, during the election, and more importantly, after the election. Because a lot of people come out and vote, or don't. But after the election, people go back to business as normal. And if we keep doing the same thing over and over, and expecting a different outcome, anybody know the definition of that? What word is that?
Insanity.
It's insanity. It's insane. So we're going to break the cycle of poverty. We're going to break the cycle of ignorance. We're going to break the cycle of division in our community, and we're going to come together for 2022. It's death. He said the price of freedom is death. It's not all the times what are we living for. It's about what are we sacrificing, what are we willing to die for. I'm tired of seeing these women and children suffering in our community. We had 988 people shot in Washington, D.C. last year. And we're on pace to surpass that in October. If we don't do anything about it, it's not going to be them over there. It's going to be us. If you've been directly affected by gun violence in this city, raise your hand. I'm going to say it again. Keep your hand up. If you've been directly affected by gun violence in this city, raise your hand. That's about 90% of the people right here. You can put your hand down. We have to live. And part of living is we have to learn how to live. I was talking to one of the elders this morning on the phone for 45 minutes. And she said she learned this year how to forgive.
Amen.
And it's about forgiveness. Everybody in this movement not going to get along. But we have to learn how to, one, communicate, address the issues, and move the hell on. It's bigger than us. Can we say it's bigger than us?
It's bigger than us.
It's bigger. It's people right now that's in their house right now. And was slated to be put out prior to COVID-19. And next week they're going to get an eviction notice. And they're going to call my office looking for help. See what happened in my position? I meet people when they're at their worst. When they're stressed out, depressed. When it's the last phone call, they're hoping somebody on the other end of that phone answered that phone. And if not, this could be their last day. And so it's incumbent upon us to figure out, I don't have all the answers. I'm going to say it. I don't care if they report it or not. I don't have all the answers. But collectively, we got to figure this out. And we don't have a lot of time. And so today, you can cut the mic off. And so today, what we're going to do is try to break down some asset mapping. Who is where and what it is that you do. Right? Because we're in it for a marathon. Say marathon.
Marathon.
So what I do know is, I don't know, Kid will probably know better than me, but I remember that every time we start a movement, it happens in the wintertime. I'm going to tell you how I know, because it be petition time and the damn pens don't work. Sure, you know what I'm talking about. Pens don't work. I'm telling people about who I am, what I've ever said. My mouth getting numb, I'm stuttering. They can't understand what the hell I'm talking about. And you know how it is. Whenever God calls you to another level, it's always something that's going to try to pull you back in this word called fear. And what I learned from Barbara D. Gregory is that fear and God cannot operate in the same space. I'm going to say it again. Fear and God cannot operate in the same space. Fear and God cannot operate in the same space. And so I had to choose. And you get them butterflies, you got a lot of anxiety. I don't know if I should do this. I don't know if somebody's going to support me with this. I don't know if they're going to talk about me crazy. I already seen the news, ads going out already. But the reality is, it's now or never.
Mm-hmm.
It's now or never. Because I'm not sitting home like what happened in 2018. In 2018, if I sit at home and we complain about this person not doing this, and this person not doing this, or she not doing that, and he not doing that, then it's our fault. Because we live here, we grew up here, or we used to grow up here. And we all got power and influence. And that's why we here. Because you got to touch somebody that I can't touch. You got to reach somebody that I can't reach. I got to reach somebody that you can't reach. But together, we're going to take our city back. I'm going to say it again. Together,
We're going to take our city back.
Together, we're going to take our city back. Together, we're going to take our city back. See, that's my passion. Because I really love and care about people.
You do.
Because I'm fighting for Mama T. And she don't even know it. After I dropped her off the other day, I was in my car, and I shed a tear. Because I know she at Wingate feeding them babies. And I know she got a program inside the community center, and they trying to kick her out. And I know she's stressed. I heard it in her voice. But one thing about me is I feel what people feel. That's why it's hard for me to keep doing these visuals and funerals, because it affects me for 3-4 days after I leave. And so there's other mama T's and grandmas and aunties in these communities trying to figure out how we going to get them help. With $17.5 billion in DC city budget, nobody should be without. But the problem is the money is going to the developers, right? We spending money on projects that's supposed to be for affordable housing. It's 3 units, 137 units, only 3 people that don't have no money can get in. That's my cousin Gus, y'all. and he ready to roll. Don't let that worry you. Don't let that worry you. Yeah, always, since day one. We've been together for life. And so, this movement, I know I represent Ward 8, but it's bigger than Ward 8. Ward 7? Okay. And so we 5, up to 6, I'm telling you. And so what we're going to do, we got to move just beyond our people. Because we know we can galvanize our people and move our people. But again, our magic number is, what's the number?
65.
Now say it like, what's the number?
65.
65,000.